A group of frizzy, fuzzy fiends of felonious misdeeds grouped together within the trees of their native Madagascar. Sounds like a setup for a movie, correct? Right, it does. Since I've talked about words for groups of animals, I figured we could do so again. Except this time we're going to talk about the origins of these words, starting with something that sounds like a plotline entitled to a children's movie. A conspiracy of lemurs. Lemurs are amongst some of the most cutest and smallest of the primate family. Hell, if it weren't for the Madagascar movies, they might have never been this popular in modern times. What's strangest is that these wide-eyed, fuzzy fugitives, when they're grouped together in the trees, they're known as a conspiracy. I can't make this shit up. This is the actual scientific term. But why are they called this to begin with? Well, let's look into it. A lot of it comes from researchers' observations studying their behavior in the wild. In the wild, lemurs tend to group together in small communities, around 10 to 25 tax-paying citizens belonging to one. Because lemurs are small and often have various predators wanting to kill and eat them for their famous lemur souffle, lemurs often work together to prevent these predators from getting to them. I guess when researchers were studying this behavior, it looked like a bunch of mobsters planning their next heist, whilst playing a sleazy card game together. Hence, they looked like they were conspiring together to outwit a certain predator that wanted to eat them, and researchers came up with the term conspiracy. They appeared to be conspiring or mobbing together to achieve their objectives. Hence the name for a group of lemurs became a conspiracy. Madagascar 4 is starting to look like a Martin Scorsese movie. However, a conspiracy of lemurs, as funny as that sounds, it doesn't beat a destruction. A destruction is used to describe large groupings of wildcats, which makes me think of a bunch of coke addicts at a Limp Bizkit concert more than anything. But yes, a bunch of wildcats are referred to as a destruction. But why? And I'm not talking about mountain lions or bobcats, just feral, domestic cats. The idea of a destruction refers to their habits of being aggressively ferocious when it comes to defending their territory. You'd never think that the internet's greatest and cutest icon would be called a destruction when they're together in large feral groups. That's a Michael Bay movie in the making. Michael Bay's Meme. That's what it would be called, Meme. Because cats are the greatest internet meme since the internet existed. So with cats being called a destruction, entering the Michael Bay movie territory, and a conspiracy of lemurs being called a conspiracy, making it look like a Martin Scorsese Madagascar film, let's finish this video off with one more simple creature that you wouldn't think would have a weird name attached to them. A Sloof of Bears. If someone said this to me out loud, I would picture Smokey the Bear in an interrogating room, interrogating a wanted arsonist. But yeah, a Sloof of Bears. Now this one's even weirder because bears are normally solitary creatures, so for someone to decide they even needed a group name is even more strange. Why couldn't they settle for something that sounds less like an episode of Yogi Bear? Like, a Brotherhood of Bears, a Brothel of Bears, a Bureau of Bears, a Sloof? Doesn't really work, does it? Sloof refers to the adjective of being slow, and it originates from their use of hibernation. And whenever bears are observed in the wild, they always seem to be sniffing about in search of something. In nature, researchers say they're some of the most masterful detectives in the wild. There's an image. Sniffing out things in a coordinated manner that it's like how detectives piece together a crime scene and what happened in them. Coming to networks near you, Dick Wolf presents Claw and Order, Special Bear Unit. I honestly think a Bureau of Bears would roll off the tongue a lot better than a Sloof. And whenever it comes to coining these phrases for members of the animal kingdom when they're seen in large groups together, I really want to find out who the hell even coined the term Sloof of Bears, because it sounds so strange to me. Because bears, like I said, they're solitary creatures. If you're going to see one bear, you're probably only going to see one bear. Rarely ever do you see large congregations of bears, but when there is, I would not call them a Sloof. That's a Bureau of Bears. That's a Brotherhood of Bears. It's a Brer of Bears. Bears. Or just bears. That works too. Well, that's about all the time I have for today. If you're enjoying this series, click like and subscribe below and drop me a comment on what your favorite term is from this video. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.